guys, welcome to my first YouTube channel. It is called APM Scootering. Basically what it's based on is the GY6 150cc Chinese scooter. So first let me apologize for the mess. Doing a little remodeling, but this is where I do most of my work. I'd like to give just a quick acknowledgement to some people who encouraged me to go ahead and do this. Some of the people I don't even know. I would like to say thanks to Mike from NCY Store. Him and I have become friends. I help him. He helps me via online chat and whatnot. Also, the Ruck Shop. I don't deal with ruckuses or anything like that. They're awesome, but that's just not what I deal with. But the guys from the Ruck Shop, and the reason why I'm mentioning their shop is I've talked to them and they're great guys. So I give some credit to them. And there's a guy called, his name's Matt, from I think Rolling Wrench, Denver. I guess he's another ruckus guy. I think he does some other things. Kind of like a shout out to him, another encouragement to do it. And there is a girl that I watch all the time. I think Ramen on Wheels is her YouTube channel. The reason why I'm laughing is because she kind of makes me laugh, but she does informative videos. So if I kind of missed anybody, there's a bunch of other ones. There's some young kid too, Trevor Pritchard I think it is, that does crazy crap on his scooters and motorcycles. But all you guys and others, if I forgot to mention you, gave me the idea to do this. Now there are tons of GY6 videos out there, but none that really, well, maybe there are. I haven't gone through all of them, but I've gone through a lot. That just I kind of want to specialize on the Chinese scooter. A lot of people say, well, Chinese scooters suck, and you know, you constantly are fixing them, and they're not worth the money, and you should just go buy a bigger brand. Well, unfortunately, not everybody can afford, you know, the big name brands. You know, Kimco, some of the other ones. BMW obviously came out with a super expensive one. Honda. So it leaves a lot of people left with buying the Chinese scooters. I don't disagree that the scooters themselves, some of the parts are poorly made, but there actually are some good ones. Myself, I've chose the Zen model, or Zenin, some people pronounce it differently, and that's what you kind of see here. I have it pretty much naked because I do a lot of upgrades on it, which is somewhat the purpose of the channel. And I was so impressed with the scooter and its build, and actually some of the parts that were on it from factory, that my wife got a Zen scooter. She also has a Vino 50. It's sitting over here, and we'll get to that. But the main purpose is to go over some basic maintenance, which I know there are a ton of things on YouTube about, but maybe I could show you in a different light. And then obviously upgrades. I'm upgrading the hell out of this scooter with the help of some people and parts. I could probably give you a little bit more in depth, or at least that's my goal of how I do certain things. If I didn't mention it, my name's Tony. I am a master electronics tech, 12-volt industry. Have been for 27 years. I am not a master scooter builder. Let me just get that out there, because I'm sure there'll be comments on some of the videos that I put out. I welcome your comments. I welcome your compliments, anything you have to say. But I can do some things that might surprise you when it comes to the electrical system of these scooters. So I'm going to do a couple series videos on wiring, soldering, some changing of connectors, upgrading the electrical system on a scooter, which I think some people find interesting, because I'm having my wife behind the camera, by the way, so she's kind of taking direction. So if you pan over, I have her pan over, you'll see some of the wiring on these bikes are crap. They really are. It doesn't matter if it's a Zen scooter or if it's another name brand or a Chinese scooter or whatnot. But there is an enormous amount of upgrades that you can do electrically to ensure that your scooter doesn't have some of the common problems that at least I've seen or talked to some other people about. As far as some other stuff, I will go over what upgrades I've done to the scooter on my next video, and I will go over electrical connections and how to do some proper connections. I got a lot of questions from people via email about how do you connect certain things, you know, what gauge wire should you use, how do you solder those things together, you know, how do you make your wiring look so clean, or how do you do certain things. Like a quick example is this is a Bangjing CDI coil combination. It definitely does not look like the one you get when you buy it. So if I can quickly do this, because I don't want to start a whole nother thing right here, but I don't know if you can see it or not, but I actually designed my own harness for this. So for you scooter people that are familiar with that, I took the original harness that came with the Bangjing and I actually made a CDI junction via a plug and play. So I made a plug and play harness for this Chinese scooter for the Bangjing CDI, and it worked perfectly. And I know that the wiring obviously is correct. It's something that I do, so I'm pretty good at reading schematics. But I did some upgrades with the wiring. So by doing that, I ensured a long-lasting CDI coil combination. Now, I've only had this scooter for probably maybe 6-7 months or whatnot, you know, and as you can see, I already tear into it. I mean, it's what I do for a living, just not for scooters, more automotive, but somewhat the same. I mean, there's a lot of things that correlate between my job and, you know, scooters. Sorry about the phone going off, I'm getting texts. But I hope you stick with me. I hope you like this channel. I will try to be as informative and as in-depth as possible. I will try to show you some tricks and tips. Going to get into some other things. Lighting. The front, I have the front apart right now. I don't know if you can see it over there, but LED lighting. Some possible relay schematics or diagrams to, legal or not legal, keep the headlights or low beams on when the high beams on. My scooter happens to have two separate lights, one for high and one for low. So I did upgrade the LEDs, which I'll get into in a separate video. But as far as some of the topics, it's definitely going to be interesting. I'm going to upgrade the actual entire wiring from the battery and whatnot to a thicker gauge wire and show you guys how to do that. I actually am working with a gentleman in Maryland for an upcoming video for the real OKO carburetors, the PWKs, not the knockoffs. So that should be an interesting video. If my wife pans over here, you'll see I have quite an assortment of stuff. I like to collect stuff. She doesn't like it, but I do. I just got rid of a huge Snap-on toolbox, so I kind of downgraded, at least here in the garage. But who knows, in the future, we'll see what that holds, if I can save enough money to go ahead and get another larger toolbox. But this is what I'm talking about. You know, the OKO box, all you guys that are familiar with OKO and the Taiwanese flag and whatnot. And I got a bunch of LEDs over here that I'm testing and hopefully do some reviews and stuff on. That's another part of the video. I'm trying to get with a few companies to do some reviews. Like I said, I kind of want to make this channel a little different, a little more informative than maybe some of the other ones. Not knocking anybody by any means. Anyone who has the courage to sit in front of a camera and talk is okay with me. This is new. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm nervous, but I think once we get rolling and working, I think I can show you guys some pretty cool stuff. So that's pretty much my intro video. Look out here shortly. I will have the how-to wiring and some soldering tips and some connectors and different stuff. That'll be my next video that I put out here shortly. Hopefully within the next few days I should have that out. And I'll try to put out a video every week if I can. I'm actually off of work right now. I had some surgery, so if I can put one out a week for a while, I certainly will, maybe two. Some of them will be broken into parts, into series, because they'll take quite a while to do. But I hope you stick with me. I hope you subscribe, comment, and like the channel. And again, to some of the people I mentioned earlier, I really appreciate it. The scooter community it's small. So whether it's a Ruckus or whether it's Vespa or whether it's a Chinese scooter, I mean, they're scooters. So that being said, I'm going to end it off on that, and I want to say thanks for your time, and hopefully we can shoot some pretty cool videos. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you soon.